Out of all the games across time and space I've come into orbit with over the years, League is by far my longest stint with a single one. This type of game will abduct you from all other possible encounters, and I often find myself back in its mysterious light, even when different games try to sway my attention elsewhere. Most encounters will come to an end with time, but some titles such as Minecraft, World of Warcraft, or RuneScape have been known to linger. With 10 years of experience under its belt, League is no different. Oh sh! The original League of Legends was a place where a bunch of badass dudes go to duke it out for their nation, because their political leaders called them to. The point of the league was to dissolve conflict by war. In other words, each nation would call on their most prized champions or villains to go and fight for the things they wanted. Over the years, this has been altered to fit creative needs for new champions and Runeterra as a whole. But League of Legends is really about big plays and outplaying the enemy team. Sometimes that looks like baiting the enemy for your team. Sometimes it is just you 1v1ing and using your mechanical skills to make them look silly. When you can play with friends, it can make for big plays like this that can really get the blood pumping. These moments are what gets your adrenaline going, getting you hyped. Overall, when things are proceeding well, the game is awesome, but the problem is when things aren't going so well. It can get very emotional, and really piss you off. That's the thing about League though. So much of your experience isn't only based off of how well you're doing, but how well your team is doing as well. If you're whipping the shit out of a guy, or just going even, that will feel great, until you look over and see that the enemy team has a fed Darius that's 8-0. This can even lead to other players on your team getting upset and giving up on the game, which puts you down even more players to the point of just forfeiting to get into a new game. Each person knowing their champion is critical of how they stack up against other opponents in lane. They each have unique abilities at their disposal that generally feel good when used effectively. The champion's abilities and purpose generally synergizes with items or a certain playstyle that will fit to what the player enjoys. There are 148 champions at the moment to catch your eye. Everybody can find someone that they would like to play, and some even decide to become one-trick ponies and only play one specific champion. This can backfire in some cases because the game is patched on a consistent basis to nerf or buff different champions, sometimes causing your favorite champion to play less efficiently. With these changes, it causes people to learn more champions, which can definitely be good for finding other characters you like to play. A lot of people prefer to play this way and pick different champions and roles from time to time to keep the game fresh. Personally, both ways. I always have a main or a set of champions I enjoy most, but switch roles and champions frequently at the same time. All of the different champions, roles, and items make for an enormous possibility of combinations that keep me coming back year after year. All of these things do make the learning curve extremely high. Learning the technical skills of the game, learning the champions and what each one does, learning what stats mean what, and which items are effective on what champions. It begins to stack up, and believe me, it turns into hours of gameplay. Considering the game is free, there's not a ton to lose, other than time of course. League is highly addictive because of all the content and changes. It has gathered an immense community and even has a pretty legit esports scene.
Down, and that is fried catfish, baby! Cloud9 is going to town in this team fight! Wild Turtle, he even has to flash away, but it is too damn little, too damn late!
Never imagined in my lifetime that I would see a video game, Pro League, that could garner the attention and investment of NBA owners. It really speaks for itself in my opinion. Overall, League is an amazing game. People may knock it for toxicity or brain-dead teammates, but look around and you'll find those things anywhere in day-to-day life. Playing the game with friends certainly can cut down on this issue, and you can have a lot more fun and even possibly throw together a Clash team to compete in tournaments. Some do enjoy playing solo, but be warned that you have a high chance of getting those teammates that make you want to go jump off of a bridge. This is totally up to you. Now, in a corner of the game I have no business in, there are people playing with the intention of going pro to make a living, so don't let me stop you. All things considered, League is a tough game, but I would say it's definitely worth your time. In short, League will take you on an emotional roller coaster, but that doesn't mean it's not worth the ride.